everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have a ton of makeup in this bag. I took this on a recent trip back to Arizona to visit some family and friends. I want to put this back in my makeup vanity, also take the makeup that is in these two everyday makeup baskets and cycle them out for products that are in the vanity behind me in my makeup collection. I also bought some new makeup on my trip, so I just feel like I need to do a refresh and kind of clean up my vanity. And I figured why not do it together on camera? So I'm going to put the products that are in those baskets back. I'm going to put probably a majority of the makeup in that travel bag back as well. And then we're going to pick some new products together. I also wanted to use this Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. It's been in my everyday vanity for quite some time and I have not used it, so I need to give it a fair shot. I'm honestly considering decluttering it. It is incredibly stunning, but I just don't really reach for colors this cool toned. I don't know if I ever did in the past, but as you can see, the packaging is stunning. So honestly, I think I bought it only because of the front packaging, which is so silly, but we're gonna try it together again today and do like an actual eyeshadow look because I haven't done a proper one of those in a while. So thanks for joining me. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. You'll be able to see my face soon. I'm a professional makeup artist based in South Georgia, North Florida, and I'm very glad to have you with me here today. So let's get started. All right, I'm just gonna throw everything that's in here in these baskets, and then we'll take these baskets over to my vanity behind me. Alright, these brushes just live in here always, so I'm going to keep that in there. And then I just shove this over here. Perfect. So, definitely filled to the brim. Let's move over to my dresser. All right, a clean slate. So most of these products, at least for complexion, I'm going to be choosing based on how deep my skin tone is right now. So all of those darker products are reserved to here. So I've done a really good job of cycling through all these. I think the one up next would be this CoverGirl one. I did take this on the trip, but I didn't end up using it at all. I used this one, which is just a tinted sunscreen. But this is nice and hydrating. And I haven't shared this yet on my channel, but I started Accutane about a week ago. So my skin is definitely drying up, and this is nice and hydrating, so it's perfect. Alright, I think I'm gonna pull this Too Faced one. It is a bit lighter than this one, but I was using this one quite a bit in my last makeup basket, so I'm gonna pull for the Too Faced one. I actually started keeping my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer on my vanity at all times. So I always have two options, but I find that if I put too many concealers in my basket, I have like decision fatigue. So just putting one in my basket and having one on my vanity seems to work. So I used this a ton on my trip. I take it on every trip. I also had the Ulta one here in my baskets before the trip, and I used it quite a bit. So I'm actually going to pull for this one again, put it in my basket. I want to try this one again, this cream highlighter. I'm trying to decide if I want to go fall toned. Well, I guess my eyeshadow is going to be cool toned. So, okay, this was in my basket before, but I'm just trying to use it up. This is a Franken blush that I used highlighter and cream blush and combined it. So I want to actually finish this up. And then I think I'm also going to pull for this one. This is a really nice, just neutral red that goes with most things. I guess I'll put this in there. I don't really like this, I've decided. It's just way too pigmented, even with a tan. I just find myself scared to use it. I don't know, I'll try it again. Alright. I think I'll just keep the powder bronzer that I have in that Hourglass palette as my only powder bronzer. And then I have 2 cream blushes. Let's do this one. This is a more neutral, maybe cool leaning blush from Wet n Wild. Actually, scratch that. I'm just going to take this blush palette. Alright, I'm going to do Essence Pure Nude for highlighter. Okay, I've been using this cream liner like every day, so I'm going to put that back in. I'll take this black liquid liner. This is new for me. And then I'll take this like burgundy colored liner from Can Make. I'm just going to grab this clear gloss and just let the lip liner do the talking. I keep all my lip liners at my Vanity, so I'll decide that later. I've decided I'm actually going to declutter this ColourPop Ritz. I absolutely love this shade, but I've realized how old this thing is. I hit pan, obviously I like it, and recently, the couple times I've worn it, my eyes get really irritated. I don't know if it's the glitter flex or if it's because it is old, you know? So I'm going to retire it, and if I end up missing it quite a bit, I'll just repurchase, but I'm going to declutter this out. So my mom's best friend, her name is Jackie. Hi Jackie, if you're watching. She gave me a ton of makeup that she wasn't using anymore. And these are the fun shades of these shadow sticks that she gave me. So I'm going to let most of the Huda Beauty palette do the talking for my eyes, but when I'm not using that palette, I want to have kind of a single shadow. Okay, my favorite out of these is this rose gold one, of course. But I'm going to grab this bronze shimmer just to use other colors too. Okay, and then this product I've realized I've had for a while too, probably like 4 years, and I've been like conserving it because it's expensive, but no more. I'm gonna use it. I brought it on the trip. I used it under my eyes and all over my face, when in the past I've kind of only reserved it for under my eyes. So I'm gonna put this in the basket. It like definitely sets and blurs, but it doesn't end up looking too powdery or too cakey. Actually, I'm gonna pull these mascaras I have back here. Alright, I'm gonna pull these out and give these to my mama. I only use tubing mascara anymore, and both of these were like free with purchase, so I feel very happy to pass these along to her. She'll get tons of use out of them, and I'm sure she'll enjoy them instead of them just sitting at the back of my drawer. Okay, let's head back to the Vanity and put these products on together. Alright, let's do some eyeshadow. exciting. I never do eyeshadow anymore. Gonna do some Ulla Hendrickson. What is this called? Ulla Hendrickson Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in Strawberry Sorbet. First, I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. I have this in the shade 30 Light Medium, and this runs very dark. Light Medium is not normally my shade. Or excuse me, this runs very light. Light Medium is not normally my shade, but I looked at swatches and saw other reviews, and like Fairlight seemed way too light for me. I like this formula. I don't think I would repurchase, but like I said, I did start Accutane about a week ago, so I'm sure I'm just going to get more and more dry, and I might end up really enjoying this because my skin will change. But I really only used this, I mean, I've used quite a bit of it. It does seem to like run out quickly, but I used the majority of that when it was winter, when my skin was drier just from the weather. Alright, so it looks pretty good. I did actually have a tinted sunscreen on underneath, and they seem to be meshing well, no major problems. I may be like a little dry on my nose, but I don't think that's the product's fault. That actually is quite beautiful. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use my CoverGirl Lid Lockup, which I recently made the discovery that it is pretty similar to the Fenty eye primer that has been discontinued, but that was my favorite. I had to declutter the one that I owned because it was getting too old. But it has the same sticky, almost like waxy finish to it, which is great for my hooded eyelids. Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty in all of her glory. She is really pretty, but again, I just really haven't used it very much. So I'm gonna try and do something a bit out of my comfort zone. See, all I want to use in here is like these 3 shades that are the warmer shades. That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna start with Radiant. Just gonna use a fluffy crease brush. And we're gonna put this in my crease. It is way more pink purple than it looks in the pan. It looks like almost gray in the pan. Next, I'm going to go straight into Mantra, this darker cool tone shade. It's like almost charcoal. Ooh, a lot of fallout. This is that really skinny liner brush that I got off of Amazon. And I'm just going to work this in on my lash line and kind of flick it out a bit. I'm not wanting this to be too precise. I do want to consider the fact that I don't have a ton of lid space. Taking this Profusion fluffy brush and blending that out. I'm going to do one more round of that. I'm going to go in with Energized and put that all over my lid. Ooh, that is pigmented. Pretty. Alright, I'm actually gonna just repeat that step on my other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, that's gorgeous. Let's put some Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in the shade Swan on my under eye here. Clean that up. While that dries down a little bit, I'm gonna grab my Hourglass bronzer shade in here. It's the Natural Bronze Light shade. Using my finger to tap out this concealer. I went through a bit of a journey with that Too Faced concealer, finding the right shade for me, but I do have to say Swan does a pretty good job. Especially, it's quite yellow, but especially with the purple leaning eyeshadow, it definitely corrects the darkness under there well. I'm going to use the beautiful Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade 10 Be My Highlight. Just a really classic, stunning shade. This product really acts like the Hourglass baked powders, and it even is better than those in my opinion, especially the highlighters. Hourglass highlighters are very glittery. This one is not at all. It's just a pearl pigment, and I'm sure you can see it is so pretty. It's so natural. Wow, I love it. All right, the Laura Geller Blush Crush Baked Blush Trio. I'm gonna go in with a middle shade in there. It's Pink Buttercream. I'm going to take this more fluffy brush. This has quite a bit of like purple tone in it, which is usually why I don't reach for it very much. Ooh, pigmented. But it works well with this eye look today, that's for sure. I'm going to go back in with that same blending brush and put some of that blush in my crease. For my inner corner, I'm going to use Self Love, but I'm going to try and reserve my brush to that corner there where it's not as like pinky. Actually, I think I'll just mix. I'll just mix all those colors and see what happens. I'm going to go over it with this inner corner highlight shade that I use basically every day. Give it that iciness that I'm looking for. Going back in with Mantra, I'm going to line my lower lash line here. Essence Stay and Play Gel Liner in the shade Silky Nude. Been trying to pan this e.l.f. Wow Brow. Getting pretty close. Let me know if you do project pans in your everyday makeup life. I know that a lot of creators do them, but I wonder if like the everyday consumer also does them, or if that's just like a beauty obsessed person thing to do. I have never done like a traditional one where you like track your progress and mark products like with a Sharpie, you know, to see where you were the last update. For me, that just takes the fun out of it. I'd rather just use it kind of, I don't know if naturally is the right word, but use it more casually. Okay, I'm really trying to use up my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I don't think there is a more perfect liner shade that matches this look. This AF94 Give 'em Lip High Shine Lip Gloss in clear is so beautiful. I really don't use it enough, but it's the most high shine gloss in my collection. It doesn't have a scent of any kind, like maybe a little makeup-y scented, but not like fragranced. But I mean, you can see it's gorgeous and I should really wear it more often. Let's do this Maybelline Lash Sensational Firework Mascara. I wouldn't repurchase this. It's alright. It's one of the better non-tubing mascaras I've tried, but it flakes on me pretty badly. It's not the newest tube, but it's not like super old either. I probably got it in April. Oh, okay. It is older than I thought. So this is another one I might pass along to my mom. She doesn't seem to have as much of a struggle with mascara as I do. Here's my finished look. I think it's pretty good. I definitely enjoyed doing eyeshadow. I mentioned in a video pretty recently that I'm enjoying eyeshadow more these days. I just wish I had more time to do it every day. It's just the first thing to go when I don't have like all the time in the world to get ready. I really just need to prioritize waking up earlier so that my morning isn't as rushed and I'm just, you know, because it's super enjoyable and relaxing for me to do makeup. So I just need to get out of bed sooner. I'll keep you posted on whether or not I pass along this eyeshadow palette or not. I mean, it looks great. I don't always feel like I look super good in cool tone shades, but I mean, it's not bad. My complexion is more neutral undertoned, so I think I can get away with both, but I do think that I look better in warm shades. So let me know what you think, if you think I look better in bronzy, warm shades or more purple, warm tone shades like this. So I mentioned earlier that there were a couple products I was like casually panning. So here are a couple other products I didn't use today because they're a bit more warm toned, but I have been trying to use them every time I do my makeup. First one is the NYX lip liner in Peekaboo Neutral. I have had this for so long. You can see I'm getting pretty close to finishing it. This is the Romand Juicy Lasting Tint in the shade number 18 Mold Peach. I can't quite tell how much of this I've used, but I know that it expired in July. It's starting to smell a little different. Like, it doesn't smell off, but I know it's, you know, it's time to use this up and say goodbye. So I think I'll have to take the stopper out pretty soon. There's still product on it when I pull it out, but I can tell it's getting down to the bottom, which is very exciting. So I've been using that every morning. Oh, and then this one is just because I freaking love this concealer, but I've been storing it up on my desk, and look at that, e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've used a ton of it, as you can see. It's starting to leak a little. So I didn't take it on my trip because of that, and that's why I've been keeping it on my vanity, because I'm a little afraid it's gonna leak out, but I don't even care. I love this product. I use the shade Light Peach, and this is probably my third or fourth tube of this, and I have a lot of makeup, so that tells you how good it is. Yeah, but that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I always love doing these vanity refreshes. It just feels like a fresh new start. Gives me like kind of a clear mind, less clutter. I just seem to enjoy my makeup more when I refresh and give it a little TLC. So let me know what you think of this look down below in the comments. Next week, I plan on posting not quite a full face, but just basically a ton of K beauty products that I love and would recommend. Stick around for that coming next week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!